What's up, you guys? Welcome back to today's video. Today we're going to be talking all about skin, all about the base, all about foundation, and how I cover my acne scarring and any sort of pimples that I have, and just some tips and tricks on how I've been doing my foundation routine here lately. This is the video for you guys, so we are going to be diving right into this. So first things first, let's talk about tools really quickly. This only have 2 tools to talk about, so it's not going to take very long. The very first one that I like to use is called a beauty sponge. You can use the beauty blender, the beauty sponge. So many great brands make so many different ones. There are tons, and I will link them down below. The one that I have is by Real Techniques. I really like the one also by e.l.f. The other foundation tool that I do also like to use is the foundation brush. I personally like to go in with somewhat of a small foundation brush that is a flat top, and it's got a little bit more packed on the bristles. So this here is the Morphe E6. It is hands down my favorite one to use for foundation. Another one that I really do enjoy, but I don't have it, is the Sigma F80. It is like very, very popular. It's a really great foundation brush. With foundation brushes, I like to wash mine about every 2 to 3 days just because I am acne prone, so I get really worried about that stuff. When it comes to maintenance on my beauty sponge, I wash mine every single day. I just take a little bit of soap, rinse it out, wring it out, and I start fresh every day. Again, being that I'm acne prone, I try to take those extra measures to just make sure that I'm taking the best care I can when I'm applying my foundation and not aggravating my skin anymore. So you can still follow this routine if you are combo skin, dry skin, oily skin, whatever. There are just certain things that different skin types won't necessarily need to use. If you are oily or combo skin, my first thing that I've been doing recently that I've loved, and I feel like it really has helped me significantly, is going in with some sort of setting spray. Now, not just only a setting spray. If you are dry skin, maybe go in with like a hydrating setting spray to really make sure that your skin is moisturized. For those of you guys though that are oily or combo skin, I've been going in with the all-nighter. This is the Ultra Matte by Urban Decay. This one's going to keep my face matte a little bit longer throughout the day. I used to use this at the end of my foundation routine, but I find that it didn't work or perform as well as I liked it. So I started using this as a priming step, and I found that it helped so much. So I'm just going to spray this on my face. Now, I'm kind of cheap, so I did not buy one of those fans on Amazon, which I keep saying I'm going to, but I never do. So I just grab a postcard and just, you know, fan my face until it's dry. Before I touch my skin, I always sanitize my hands. I always like to take a little bit of hand sanitizer because there are a lot of times where you're moving stuff around and there's obviously going to be dirt and grime and stuff maybe on your bottles or your products or something like that, and you don't want that to transfer onto your face. So if you have pores, everybody has pore stuff. If you have large pores that you want to minimize, you could definitely follow this step. If not, you could totally skip this step. I have pretty nice sized pores right here, and it's kind of a pain in the ass, so I try to make it work. Also, if you have any sort of texture, this can help minimize it a little bit more. There are a few different ones that I really do enjoy. The first one I have is the Tarte Smoothing Primer, which is what I'll be using today because for me, this is like it doesn't get any better than this to me. It truly works. I do also have the TATCHA Silk Canvas, but if you are still looking for a budget-friendly one, Maybelline Master Prime makes a really good one as well. Then there's this one here, which is the e.l.f. Matte, or this is the Poreless Putty Primer. I'm not the biggest fan of this. I just don't personally feel like it works that great on me, but this is a very big fan favorite. A lot of people really tend to enjoy it, so that's why I want to recommend it, because even though it might not work on me, it may work on you, and it's a very affordable product. It's only $6. I'm going to go in with the Tarte Smoothing Primer today, though. I did not learn this trick. This is actually something I learned from Tati. So I'm going to take this product and I'm going to massage it onto the back of my hand until it's like a nice soft consistency. I'm going to go in and use my finger and I'm going to start pressing it into the skin. And I'm just going to press it into the areas where my pores are big. I'm not going to swipe, I'm just going to press. And I don't know if you can see this, but this side is just a little bit smoother than this side. Like, you can kind of see like my pores and stuff right in this area. And this side, it's almost like a blurred effect. So I'm going to do that here. And this product, I do recommend really blending it into the skin. If you have any sort of texture like I do, right in this area, you can definitely put it over the textured area. I found that smoothing primers has helped with textured area a little bit more. No, it's not going to completely take it away. I know that sucks, but it's going to help minimize it just a little bit more. So here are the couple of options that I've really been enjoying. The first one is by Colourpop. This here is the Colourpop No Filter Foundation. This is very inexpensive. You can buy it on their Colourpop website. I want to say it retails for about $12. The next foundation I've really been enjoying is the Urban Decay Stay Naked. Right now, it just works so well for me, and it's very, very similar to this formula as well. So if this is a little too pricey for you, you could always go in with the Colourpop. For today, though, we are going to be using the Stay Naked foundations. Because I'm in between right now with color matches, I am going to take two different ones. So I take 40 NN and 50 WY. I know, it's quite a bit of a big change right here, but I actually got sent this in PR, and Urban Decay does this really cool thing where instead of sending you like all the foundations, they send you a link and you go on and you pick out your foundations. They let you pick out like two foundations that would be closest to your skin match, and they send you that when they're doing like a foundation promo. I've learned through that experience that I am terrible at picking out foundations, so I no longer buy foundations online. I typically like to go in store and get them. I like to start off with the foundation brush first because it's really going to pack on the coverage, really going to give you that full coverage right off the bat. I used to be like just a die-hard like, you know, beauty blender person only, and I went back because I couldn't find my sponge, used it again, and I couldn't believe the finish I got and how flawless my skin looked. I have one full layer. Don't forget to drag this down. Don't want to be that person. So this here is one layer. We're going to wait about 10 to 15 seconds before we apply the next layer. Basically trying to get the foundation to tacky up a little bit more so that when I go in with a second layer, the foundation doesn't move around, or it's just not a bunch of foundation kind of rolling on your skin. Do you get what I'm saying? So there we have it. So now we're going to go in again, and I'm going to take two little dabs like that. Now I'm going in with my sponge. There is a little bit of moisture, so it's going to help kind of blend it out also. And I'm going to start blending again. So there is two layers right there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with concealer. I do have a couple different options that I like to use, so I'll show you guys the ones that I find that work really well. The first one here is by Revlon. This is the Color Stay. This one here is very, very full coverage, and it dries down really quickly. The other one I really do like goes along with the foundation. It's the Stay Naked Concealer. This one applies a little bit more lightly, but you can definitely build it. And then the last one I really do enjoy is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. This one here is amazing. It gives you super full coverage, but it's not like overly drying, and it just works really nicely. Look, I'm actually going to be going in with the Stay Naked Concealer. Again, just a concealer that I really like. And I'm just going to take it on the areas where I need a little bit more coverage. And then I'm just going to take my sponge and blend it out. And I love this method because I applied the two layers of foundation, but it doesn't feel cakey, you know? Same thing with the concealer technique. After you do that second layer of foundation, I again just like to wait a few seconds before I go in with that concealer to really build that coverage. I'm gonna go ahead and apply a little bit of concealer, and then we'll move into the powder portion. So the two powder foundations I've been going to, the first one is the Vitalist Healthy Glow. I've raved about that so many times here on my channel. I don't have it because I just ran out of it, but the other one that I've really been loving also, again, is by Urban Decay, not sponsored. This is the Stay Naked The Fix Powder. I use the shade N40 NN. The other one I've also been enjoying recently that I just picked up as well is by Milani. This is the Natural Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof Powder. So this one's also really good. It's going to give you a little bit of extra coverage, but nothing too crazy, and it doesn't feel cakey. If you're more of a loose powder kind of a person, One that I really do enjoy is by Maybelline. This here is the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and they make them in different shades. I have the shade 25 medium, but another one that you guys know I love on my channel, and I do use this as a foundation alternative. If you guys have this and you're trying to figure out how to use it, I did do a tutorial on how I do it, but it's the Bare Minerals Original. This here is their loose powder. This will give you extra coverage. So if you need extra coverage and you don't want to go in with any more foundation, this is definitely going to give it to you. So I'm not going to use this today though, because I definitely feel like I have enough foundation on. I feel like my concealer is working. Obviously you can't fix texture, so you're going to be able to see the texture a little bit. But as far as like the spots and everything, I feel like it looks pretty decent. Because I did use more higher end products, I figured that I would go in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect powder. I'm going to be using a Real Techniques. This is their powder brush. It's a really big fluffy brush, and I love it because it's going to dust the powder on, so it's not going to feel cakey. And I'm just going to put it everywhere that I didn't have loose powder on. Before I go in with bronzer and blush or anything like that, I'm going to put some spray on my face. I know that there's probably a bunch of different ones out there that you can use, but I love this. I still think it works the best, and it really does a good job at just making everything look like it's meshed well, and there's not a bunch of powder sitting on my skin, and it's just the MAC Fix Plus. I'm gonna go ahead and try not to talk too much so it doesn't settle, but I'm gonna go ahead and finish up my makeup while this is setting. I'm gonna apply blush, bronzer, and stuff like that, finish my hair, and I will be right back. So that is everything, you guys. I hope you guys liked this video and kind of maybe helped you guys a little bit, maybe taking a tip or two from what I've done so far in my foundation and base routine. I will link everything down below that I talked about in case you guys are wanting to know a little bit more. If you guys have any comments or questions, you guys know what to do. Just leave them down below. I'll try to answer them. And thank you so much for watching today's video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. And once I get this makeup look up and running, I will make sure to link it down below as well. So thank you guys again for watching. I love you guys. I will see you guys all in my next video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.